first Michigan winter. I was like, mother trucker.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell did we do?
Yeah.
That's
what I have
That's probably why
advised-
my marriage didn't work.
Oh, I have told my mother-in-law.
Made her heart cold.
And father-in-law. Yeah, right.
Cold-hearted bitch. I'm just kidding.
No, but I did kind of like say something about the weather here to my in-laws. I was like, look, if you really are going to move here, come in like March and then just be prepared for some rain, which they won't mind because they're from Southern California. So rain's a nice change. And then they can be here for 6 months and get acclimated before the cold kicks them with it. But
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. So we've got our C Friday, Conspiracy Friday, Robert Peterball. And once again, information's out there. You can believe it. You don't have to believe it. You can go from there. Chris, if you get a chance, can you pull up the Joe Biden sound that I sent you on text? If it's faster for me to email it to you, we can do that. In the meantime, real quick, couple updates. We don't have listeners all across the country, but here, and a lot of our listeners are Cardinal fans. Cardinals got their doubleheader. It was against the Cubs. And I know they're not a good team, but the reason I put stock in it is because the Cubs, they just play us well, even when they don't have talent. They don't have talent now. They don't. The Cardinals did what they were supposed to do. They won 44,000 in the stands last night. What was your stat, Crystal?
oh, they broke the 2 million mark last night for attendance.
Yeah, I mean,
So
and
yeah.
it's not like it's not as if the Cardinals have been a first place team all year,
right.
and they still.
And I mean, we
add
do
that.
have loyal fans, but that's a very strong number. And you have to think that was a Thursday. So this wasn't a Saturday evening. This wasn't a Sunday afternoon when everybody's available. But I did find this stat. Arch City Media had it online. So did you know that Jose Quintana last night, first Cardinals player to have 7+ strikeouts in their debut
Was
for a team?
amazing.
Yeah. Since, do you remember Jake Westbrook?
Yeah,
He-
it was a
yeah.
Cleveland Indian.
He
too.
did it in on August 2nd of 2010. So Quintana last night became the 4th pitcher since 1900. So 1900 to toss 6+ innings while allowing fewer than 2 hits in their Cardinals debut. So
Wow.
welcome to St. Louis, dude.
Yeah, we're happy.
Now,
I mean, the
we were
balls were
playing
flying.
the Cubbies.
Well, yeah. But even the
All right,
ball
I
was
sent
flying
it
out of the
then.
park last night. I just felt like there were a few that could have gone even further. But, I mean,
Well-
you got Arnado last night, hit his 21st into Big Mac land. So,
Yeah, it's at the tone.
After we were texting last night about the game, I went back and I was looking at some stats. The Cubs are tied for like last place with 4 other teams, and one of them was the Oakland A's. I didn't know they were that bad.
well,
They
they
don't-
sold their whole team last year.
Yeah, they've only won 41 games all year.
Woo.
That's
Yep.
pretty bad.
So let us know what you got going on for the weekend. If anything's going on you want to promote, get out there. We've talked about it this week already. I get to go with Chris to the baseball game. So that's pretty cool. Cardinals, Yankees.
And we get to see Montgomery pitch. How about that?
And the newest Cardinal from the
hoping.
Yankees will be there.
Nice.
You can look for Chris
You can look for Vic
right behind home plate.
because it will be on Fox 2.
Yeah, that's true. It's a nationally televised game. Fox 2 will be there. Whenever Chris smiles, his big teeth go. So as if the Cardinals and Yankees weren't enough to watch, you can watch to see if Chris and I do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Drinking beer.
No. We'll
You
just
got to try to start the wave.
Oh, yeah.
yeah from
Please.
behind home
That's all
plate.
Vic
Please.
That's all Vic
Come
has to
on.
do is stand up, turn around, and look at everybody and start it, and it'll go.
Oh yeah, right. They'll be like, "What the hell? What's he doing? What the hell happened to
Who
him?"
wants to do the wave? Let's do the wave. Come on.
It'll be
Security,
so good.
there's a guy down in the front row. Could you please remove him? We can't see the game. We think he's been overserved. Could you? And then you see security stuff go up. Pam says she can't wait to see my fake mustache. That's right. Anyway,
You should wear like a whole fake beard, like just like the whole like huge thing,
that would be funny.
right?
Great.
I think you can pull it off.
Actually, if you're going to do that, you would need to like go as dress up as somebody or
Oh, you just like one of those hats that like has it attached to it, you know?
Oh, my God.
I know. You guys are doing something, right? You're just hiding it from me.
What do you mean?
Like I'm going to turn on the camera and laugh my butt off.
No, I can't. We can't do too much. We can't get Vic in trouble.
No, but like, can you
His
line up
boss
the
will be
Cracker
watching.
Jack boxes again
Oh,
as
yeah,
like
I
a
always
symbol?
do that. I'm a Cracker Jack fan. So
Can you get shots down there?
Oh, can we?
Can we like be like,
Or are we?
can we like be giving each other? No, like we're like hitting each other like the shot glass.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have
Shot,
a bunch of shots.
shot. We're like, you can see it on camera. We're like toasting and.
All right. And what time do I have to pick you guys up?
A lady named Dolores, very sweet lady. She'll be serving us in our seats. So we get special stuff.
That's funny. I just hope the Cardinals can win 1 of 3 games against the
Me
Yankees.
too.
I promise we're almost done talking Cardinals for you guys that may not be Cardinals fans or could give a damn. But
I don't think there's many people out there that
hopefully.
don't care.
Did you say we're tied for first now?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Yes, we are. We are
You
tied.
could chuck it.
No, we are. The final holdout, by the way, Kirsten Sinema, she gave in on the spending plan. It's been.
Which
Ooh.
If you really dive into it, it's a bit scary. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. It's about green energy. I don't. Manchin gave in. Kirsten Sinema finally gave in. I don't know where we go. I don't know where all the money comes from.
neither does Joe.
Joe, President Biden. But once again, it's like he's not. We don't. All this world news going on with China. It seems like Nancy Pelosi's the president these days. We haven't heard anything from Joe Biden. Does that scare you? It's a little bit weird, to say the least, but it's what we've come to know. How about this sound from our president 13 months ago, roughly 13 months ago? And then you consider what's happened in the last 13 months. Of course, this was right after. How does somebody know you have a nice Lambo? Is somebody outside the building, Chris?
I don't know.
Somebody just said nice Lambo, Chris.
Mm.
That's a little spooky.
I'll be right back. Let me go get security.
Yeah, that'll get us into our conspiracy Friday. Yeah, Chris drove his Lambo to work today. How would somebody say nice Lambo, Chris?
Mm.
Chad, are you out in the parking lot? That's a little bit weird.
Creepy.
Or maybe it's your neighbor.
Yeah.
Aaron says, and Joe Biden's promise to not tax anyone that makes less than $400,000 is now a lie with the passing of that bill, which is true if you break it down. Here was President Joe Biden about 13 months ago, and then think about where we are today.
If this will work for me. Hold on. There we go.
So, again, if it turns out that what I've done so far, what we've done so far, is a mistake, it's going to show. It's going to show the economy's not going to grow like it wasn't before. People aren't going to have jobs with increased pay like it was before. People are going to be out of work like it was before with no options. Unemployment's going to continue to climb instead of continue to go down. If that happens, my policies.
Did he just say his policies?
Yeah, but that's not it.
45 seconds.
No, we only heard about 15 seconds.
All right, here we go. One more time. All right.
Talk of inflation. The overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down. No one's talking about this great, So, again, if it turns out that what I've done so far, what we've done so far, is a mistake, it's going to show. It's going to show the economy's not going to grow like it wasn't before. People aren't going to have jobs with increased pay like it was before. People are going to be out of work like it was before with no options. Unemployment's going to continue to climb instead of continue to go down. If that happens, my policies.
They're his policies.
Talking about inflation. Inflation may pop up and then go away.
Oh,
And now inflation is as high as we've seen in any of our lifetimes.
yeah.
It is interesting. 13 months ago. Listen,
That's sad.
it is sad. And that gets us kind of on where we are on a national stage. Another headline that we'll get into a little bit later today. By the way, thoughts and prayers. And if anybody knows anybody in University City, or if you can help, I know some people in University City who are going through absolute hell because of flooding situations. FEMA is not helping. We did the flooding, and of course, the rain that we got again yesterday was so bad. Houses are now being condemned, and nice houses in University City, because things got so bad. There's no groups. They have some of the meetings where you stand in line for 5 to 8 hours, and all you get is paperwork to sign, and then hopefully you get some help down the road.
What the hell's wrong with them people, man?
Well, it's not working.
I thought Governor Parson was going to get FEMA involved.
FEMA is involved, but the process is a long process. They don't have all this money just to give right there. I don't know what's going on. All I know is it's not working. I've been contacted by a few people, and it is a disaster. It's just not working right now. And when you see some of the pictures that are coming out in houses, and nobody has flood insurance. Nobody even thinks about it.
City.
You wouldn't think you'd ever need flood insurance. No. Everything wiped out. And then the piles of trash sitting in front yards. It's insane.
Well, that's ridiculous because there should be no trash sitting there. We have trash service. Why isn't U City picking up the trash?
Yeah. And so there's a lot of, they hadn't had a trash pickup in over a week. They're just bombarded. That's what the flood did. Wow. Pam says if FEMA can't help, they're screwed. FEMA would be able to help, but they had such an influx of people. We sent Elliot Davis out last night live during our 9:00 show. There were people. The meeting was supposed to close at 8. There was still a line going around the building at 9:30, and then they just canceled another one. So they're going to have another meeting later today. But people have nothing. You can't get fans. Even trying to dry stuff out. And once that flood water gets in anything, forget about it. People's washers, their dryers, the clothes. I mean, it is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Where can people go, Vic, to help people that have been affected by the flood? Yeah,
that's what we're trying. People are putting together GoFundMe accounts and just calling up University City Hall or running by where they can put funds together. But this isn't just one person or family or a street. It's several residents, and not just in University City, other places as well. Aaron says, need a flood quote so this doesn't happen to you the next time.
Yeah, good to know now. You live in U City.
Kurt says it's government at its best. It really, I'm telling you right now.
You wouldn't think you would need flood insurance.
It is worse than a tornado coming through because of what it does.
Yeah.
Destroys everything, man.
And nobody has insurance for flood. Which it's just sad. And I started to see some pictures and videos from friends yesterday, and I never thought that I would ever see that kind of flooding throughout the St. Louis area. Now, we've got some days of dry, which is good, but all the damage is there, and nothing is being picked up. It really blows my mind that it got to this point.
City. Let's do that this morning.
If we could get through, yeah, we would say.
And ask them about the trash service.
Robert says, who will be joining us. Oh, we got to get to break. Robert, once we go to break, Robert, you could give us a call as we start the Conspiracy Friday, and it's going to start with Donald Trump, and it's going to blow a lot of people's mind, and it's going to piss a lot of people off. But once again, it's just some information that's out there, and you can decide. Robert says many places you can't buy flood insurance.
Yeah, because you don't live in a flood area.
I know. It's
crazy.
And we'll get one of my friends on to talk.
Is there not like an act of God clause or anything?
Not with flooding.
Man.
It doesn't apply.
Because if you're not in a floodplain and you weren't eligible for flood insurance, then I don't understand how there isn't something to help that group.
Yeah, I think you have to be in a FEMA designated area of risk to buy it.
Okay. Like your homeowner's insurance doesn't have like an act of God thing in it?
I don't have my insurance license yet, but I'm almost positive.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to call my insurance agent, tell her to get on the air with us. We're going to ask her.
Yeah, because if you're not even eligible, then I don't know. I would feel like they should have that. Something should be there to help you, right?
Oh my gosh.
You'd think.
Amy says, I'm staying at the Jurian Suites off Mid Rivers and 70. Flood victims are staying here. It's very upsetting. Out of town service companies here for the cleanup because we're not getting it done locally. I mean, I brought this up, and I'm not overdoing it. It shocked me, and we've been putting a lot of time into it on local news in regards to what the hell is happening in University City. I mean, it is unfreaking believable what's going on. We got to get to a break. When we come back, if you have to take a break, fine, take a break. Go do what you got to do, come back, because things are about ready to get a little freaky on a Friday. It's a free-for-all C Friday, Conspiracy Friday, or Confident Friday, however you want to call it. And give us your opinion. Jump in on Facebook. We want to hear from you guys today, too, if there's things that you hear that you want to get out there as well. All topics are allowed. It's August 5th. It's 8:24. Chris Knight's here. Chris Cooper, Vic Faust with Fox 2. Back with more of the fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio right after this.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Come on down to St. Louis Hemp Company in St. Peters, where you can get all of your CBD needs, as well as many other euphoric cannabinoid-based products. From topicals to edibles and drinks, St. Louis Hemp Company has what you need, and new products are coming in all the time. You can get your medical marijuana card in store. Come on in to St. Louis Hemp Company, just off I-70 at Salt Lick Road by Deerbergs, and get your hemp together. Check out St. Louis Hemp Company on Facebook for more info and map.
Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters carries a full line of automotive parts and paints. They're a PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and industrial coatings and auto body shop supplies for over 40 years. Your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters, just off Mexico Road, 447-4000, 447-4000, on the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
IndyCar, WWT Raceway, Saturday, August 20th. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500. Icons, legends, and rising stars. Drama at 200 miles per hour. It's not a reality show. It's real life, real fast. The iconic teams: McLaren, Andretti, Foyt, Rahal, Penske, Ganassi. Legendary drivers: Johnson, Kanaan, Castroneves, Newgarden. IndyCar, only at WWT Raceway.
Brought to you in part by Illinois Office of Tourism and Illinois South Tourism. Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. It's a Friday. It's a free-for-all Friday. It's a conspiracy Friday. We love you guys when you jump in on the line. Catch us on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show as always on Facebook. You can also listen to us via the web at viperrocks.com. Once again, viperrocks.com. Chris Knight's here, Krista Cooper, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Edge listener Robert Peterball is on the phone, and we're going to talk to him here in just a second. It is interesting. Eric's like, man, we got a free-for-all Friday, and Eric's not even here. So
Yeah,
Eric,
where the hell's Eric?
So
at?
Eric, this is for you, buddy. Maybe you just want to be
Gonna mess.
He'll be like, what? What? I didn't know we were going to do a free-for-all Friday. What? I was like, Eric, this was your idea. I said that. Okay, I digress. As he used to say, back to COVID. Anyway, we're here now. We're here. We're ready to rock and roll on a Friday. Jump in on the line if you want on the Facebook line, and we'll try to get to it. Robert, good morning. It's your first time calling in the show, right?
Good morning. It is.
Okay, I met Robert in Michigan a long time ago, and he's always captivated me because Eric's walking into the studio. We have windows where we can see it.
Sorry.
So Robert became a listener, and we appreciate him jumping in. Robert, we asked you. You didn't say you wanted to call him. We asked you to call him because you always seem to drop a nugget here and there, and we appreciate it. When I ask for some conspiracy things, because you study this stuff, and you don't even necessarily think it's conspiracy, I don't think, because you say it's knowledge, and as humans and Americans, we're lazy, and stuff's all around us that we just don't see. For whatever reason, the first thing you sent us regarded one Donald J. Trump.
Hello?
Yeah, so what do you want to, why, let's start with Donald Trump. What is out there that people don't realize?
Well, Vic, and good morning, everyone. I specifically picked Donald Trump because of Eric Johnson. I figured what would be the most conspiratorial thing I could think of. And there's a whole bunch of stuff on Donald Trump. Most of us known who Donald Trump was in the
Hurry up and put your
early
headset
years.
on, Eric. We're talking
Are you
about
there?
you right now. Robert, we're listening because he said
Oh,
he
I can't-
started with Donald Trump because it would be the most conspiratorial thing that Eric Johnson could think of. So, Robert, I'm
that
sorry
I
to
could
interrupt
think
you.
of to tell him.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So Donald Trump is either a savior, he's either been converted by God, or he's part of the cabal.
Okay.
And everyone has heard over the years through the Q boards and everything else that there's a storm and that the first arrest will shock the world. And that shock could be the arrest of Donald J. Trump.
This is the second time I've heard this theory in 24
Here he
hours.
goes. Let him go. Here we
Okay.
go.
So we've all heard of the Durham report, correct?
Yes.
Everyone's waiting for everything to drop on the Durham report. Well, the Durham report could be Lydia Durham. Lydia Durham is the unknown trafficked daughter of Donald Trump and Whitney Houston. She has
This is
she has three
conspiracy.
kids.
Hold on.
She
This
has
is
three kids. Yep.
This is Conspiracy Friday, so there's going to be a lot of dead air because we're going to have to think.
Yeah, there
we're
is
gonna have
dead
to,
air.
We're going to have to think about some of this stuff.
This is really hard for Eric.
Is it
Oh,
easy
even
for
goes
you?
further
No,
than
it's
that,
hard
okay.
for
that
me
two
too.
of those kids of hers,
Let
of
him
Lydia's,
finish.
are trafficked kids where the father is Michael Jackson.
Now, see, you went out of bounds.
No, not yet. No.
You shot for the you're playing
Let him finish.
a par 5, and you're trying to hit it to the
Let him
green in one
finish.
hit. Go.
Well, it's 18 holes, so it's only one hole, right?
You can waste one. Okay.
Okay, so what's odd about all this is just 2 days ago, have you heard of the infamous hacker group Anonymous?
I think we've heard of Anonymous.
Anonymous just dropped a video on this whole thing about Lydia Durham.
Look this up, Crystal.
Real quick, Robert, could you repeat what you just said, and we will not interrupt you, just so people, if they're just joining us, can hear what you said about Donald Trump.
Anonymous, the hacktivist.
No,
just
about
dropped
Whitney
a video
Houston.
worldwide.
Okay.
The 6-minute video was dropped on August 1st, 2022, on exactly what I just said.
Okay, but before you go any farther, remember the QAnon stuff. Remember all of the stuff that we went through before the election, the videos of all the Pizzagate and all that stuff, and nothing transpired to be accurate
And
or
it
true.
never will transpire.
Yeah, in the forum of the law on Earth, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And look, I went through this last night, Vic. You're never going to believe this.
I know. I want to hear Robert talk about it all.
Yeah, but okay. So Robert, do you set this whole thing up to where there's a conclusion where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you just put the pieces together?
No, you're not going to have a packet. Eric likes everything in a package.
My hope is that he has been converted and he's just playing. I mean, God used a whole bunch of people in the past who are bad people. Even the Apostle Paul killed thousands of Christians. And I'm hoping that God flipped Donald Trump and he's actually working for the good guys. But I have to keep in mind all his past. You know, he was bailed out in the banks.
He was a Democrat.
With the Khazarian money people.
Yeah.
When he went bankrupt, so he might owe them. I'm also been aware that he's a black son of the Black Sun, which is, his idol is the sun god Apollo, and his 66th floor penthouse is all kind of symbology and things related to that. MAGA, which I alluded to yesterday on the show, MAGA is also the 5th degree highest you can go in the Church of Satan. So is that just coincidence? I mean, that's how all this stuff kind of works. It's coincidence.
Yeah.
We've also heard the white hats are in charge. Well, 33-degree Masons are white hats.
Wow.
So,
but wait a minute, aren't Masons for the people?
It kind of goes like this. You know, in the Bible it says about the wheat and the tares.
Correct.
And they grow together, and you don't know what's truth and what's not until the harvest.
Okay.
And so of all the things I picked one that even I have no conclusion to, because I'm praying that he's a good guy.
You know what
I
we need?
also have to know the Black Sun is in opposition to the Illuminati. So you got two bad guys fighting. You know, one's better than the other. They're still both bad guys.
Do you know what that we need? You ever see the guys in Jeopardy? Are not they look at the puzzle and they can see the answer? I'm not one of those people. I cannot look at a puzzle full of letters that aren't there and figure out what the word is. We need people who are really good at taking what Robert just said and putting everything together on a board so I can see it.
Robert.
I kind of done that.
Yeah,
really?
He has.
Really?
And
I actually sent a document to Vic before I called just so that he would have an idea where I got this stuff from. And I didn't want to.
And Eric, you have the document if you get up and look at your
Chris,
stuff.
But I still pray it's all wrong.
Oh, I texted you guys.
Well, you can take solace in this. We've been having conspiracy theories for the last 50 years, and not a lot of them have come to fruition. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not in the works, but conspiracy theories are just that. They're conspiracy theories. Even UFOs for some point.
Until they're proven to be true.
Correct. But you would think with this
then
much...
it's not a theory if it's proven.
Correct. But you would think with this much anecdotal evidence, Vic and Crystal Cooper and Chris, that you would have somebody that would be able... Matlock would be able to come out of nowhere and figure this thing out.
You're never going to... You don't get what you want. I've been explaining this to you for 2 years.
You have, and I...
Well, there's
that's
another thing
life.
to think about, too, is if you're really the good guy amongst the bad... You don't know who's good and who's bad. You need all this stuff to play out to get everybody.
Could you really repeat again as quickly as you can who Lydia Durham is, Trump, and Michael Jackson for people who may just be joining us.
Well, Lydia Durham, or the Durham Report, which is what I'll say that it could be, is the unknown trafficked daughter of Donald Trump and Whitney Houston, and she has fathered 2 children with Michael Jackson. Now, this is out there. It's been out there for a while. It doesn't get much play. But now when Anonymous dropped the worldwide information, so you guys wanted to hear, this is probably the most conspiratorial of all the conspiracies that I know about. I mean, you got all the other ones, flat Earth, and is gravity a pull system or a push system? I mean, you can go on and on with all kind of stuff.
Yeah, the flat earthers are very passionate about this place being one big slab going through the universe.
Yeah, and I get that. UN's a flat Earth. Their logo.
Interesting. It is.
Hold on, let him Eric. Let him continue.
Well, continue, Robert.
You keep jumping in, Eric.
But see, I'm waiting. Is this linear, Robert, or
Eric,
is this non-linear? Thoughts of reasoning right now? Because if you see what I'm saying, is there an end to any of this stuff that you have going on?
Well, it's not that I have going on, but is there an end? Or eventually there will be an end. Yeah, you'll either be proven correct or proven not. Either this Lydia is false. I mean, this theory can be tested really easy with DNA, right?
Right. But you know what else I heard last night? Donald Trump was his grandfather was Nikola Tesla.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And that is significant because Tesla was the guy that kind of had these very odd experiments with energy, right?
In the
free energy,
scalar weapons, and all kind of stuff. The black mirrors,
and then he was blackballed, so to speak, because of what he was finding and releasing.
Correct. He was, yeah.
But I thought it was called the Durham Report because the guy doing it was John Durham.
John Durham.
Correct.
And at one time they thought the Durham Report was the city Durham because something was going on in that city. So
no, I just thought they named
everything
after the
is.
guy.
There's a word and it has double meanings, and that's just how it all is.
Yeah. The flat Earth thing is dispelled by the 14-year-old kids who fly around the Earth. By the way. So I mean, it would be very hard for them to keep going.
Do you really think it's that easy, though, Eric?
Huh?
Well, the flat Earth, I just look at it as it doesn't change my life, knowing it or not.
Correct.
But it does. Well, what would be the reason to hide it? That would be the thing that I would be most concerned about. And I've looked into
And
that.
an aviation guy like myself and Chris would say it's impossible just from magnetic north. It does shift over the poles, and you start to go back around the other way. So there are people who, I mean, there's useful knowledge, and then there's this weird knowledge. Like I'm fascinated with what you said. The conspiracy theories to me are unbelievably fascinating. But we do talk a lot about Bigfoot, and I don't think we've caught a Bigfoot yet. And we've talked a lot about UFOs, and we don't really have proof that there's UFOs. So I love conspiracy theory talk, and it's like In Search Of. I used to watch In Search Of all the time. Remember In Search Of or Ripley's Believe It or Not or that stuff? It's fascinating to talk about, but at some point, we need answers to a lot of this crap.
Well, we jumped in on Robert when he was still talking about this Lydia Durham situation with Donald Trump and Michael Jackson. Could you please allude, as you had sent us, where does Jeffrey Epstein come into Michael Jackson, Donald Trump, and Lydia Durham?
Okay.
Well,
let him finish, Eric. Let him
to
finish out.
Lydia Durham, who has a video out there that she was actually in a car crash that Epstein tried to murder her. That's what she claims. I don't know if that's true. I've seen pictures of the crash. They've been trying to get her. I mean, there's a lot of MK Ultra stuff where people have been trafficked. There's all kind of things that I'm aware of. But I remember yesterday everyone saying, well, can you prove it? And I know all that stuff is hard to prove. So they stay conspiracy theories, just like did we go to the moon? There's a lot of things that say that we never did. Now, I don't know if we did, but I have my questions. I don't believe the government.
Yeah, you have a hard time believing.
So we got Donald Trump topic. We got flat Earth topic. Yeah. We've got the moon topic.
Now we're into the
I'm
moon.
trying to keep a track of everything because we kind of jump in and jump out. It's almost
What's
like
the-
each subject needs to be broken down.
Well, if you're right, if Tesla is the granddad of Trump, and
That's
there was some nefarious stuff with Tesla back in the day, who was the founder of some very unique energy experiments, and Trump is the beneficiary of all that. I don't understand why Trump would even go out with the Whitney Houston and have a kid, and why would Michael Jackson thing's significant. Who cares? I mean, there's all kinds
You're
of.
assuming they went out. Maybe it's just arranged.
I'm not finding anything on Nikolai Tesla being his grandpa, but I did find a cool story that says that in
I think it was Donald's father was involved with Tesla, is how I remember it.
Okay, yeah. So it's in 1943. It says 2 days after Nikola Tesla died in his New York hotel, the FBI called an MIT professor and esteemed electrical engineer, John G. Trump, and that's his late uncle, to determine if any belongings in the investor's estate, which included a purported weapon of mass destruction Tesla called the death ray, would be dangerous if they fell into enemy hands. So that's how the two families are connected. They're not actually related, from what I can find.
That's close enough.
Yeah, they had a connection because he had stuff that they weren't sure would be evil if it got to somebody else's hands, so they wanted to have it checked out. And it just happens that Trump's late uncle was an esteemed engineer at MIT.
I can't see Donald Trump having sex with Whitney Houston.
They had a relationship. I'd heard about that in the past. We even had pictures. He sent me pictures of Donald and Whitney going all the way back to 1989.
Yeah, but there's so many events they could have just been at together and gotten
It's
a
a
picture.
it's a conspiracy theory Friday.
Well, hold on. I would say this about Michael Jackson and what Robert just said. He was in Michael Jackson was kind of in an arranged marriage with Elvis Presley's daughter. Let's not make any bones about it. That was not the most romantic relationship ever. That seems a little bit odd. That always seemed odd to me.
Another woman.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that Michael Jackson does have kind of a road track record of being set up with some very high individuals.
Hey, who brought up Frederick just a few moments ago? Friend of mine just said Frederick was a German immigrant, talking about Trump and Tesla.
I don't know, man. See, that's the thing. We need a whiteboard. We need to put like this with the strings together. You know, like when you see the thriller movies, we need like pictures and strings, like connect the dots. We need to start connecting dots. I love Conspiracy Friday, but you can go on a tangent. You really can.
Do you remember when we talked about Castro being Trudeau's dad?
Oh, yeah, I brought that up. Who didn't know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Eric did, and then you put the picture.
Yeah, the pictures are uncanny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you make Canada?
Pictures are what?
Yeah.
Uncanny.
Oh.
How do you make Canada Cuba? I guess you can. That's scary.
No, it really is.
Robert,
It really is.
Robert, does this scare you when you go through the exercise?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I just want to know the truth. I just look for the truth.
Yeah, but aren't you kind of creeped out
I
that
look at both sides, and I don't necessarily. If it's overwhelming, I'll have I'll lean towards that way. But other than that, I just want to know the
Robert,
truth.
there's a guy.
I've been talking to Robert for over a decade.
What? Then why don't you know more stuff? Then why don't you know more? Why don't you know more stuff? Why don't you have more information?
Here's the thing, Eric. Robert started sharing once he knew that I had an open mind.
I think everybody has an open mind.
No, they don't.
Not at all.
Not at all, Eric. People think they have an open mind, but they don't, just like Robert said.
Okay.
So you have to have an open mind, and you have to educate yourself enough to look at every side before you start going, no, but this is how I've been conditioned my whole life.
Yeah.
Before you'll look at something else and go, could there be something? Could there not?
All right.
Enough, and keep your mind open enough, at least to educate yourself on every topic that you can, so that you can make the best decision possible when forced to.
Robert, let me ask you a question. Where do you get a lot of your information from?
It's kind of funny how information comes to me is I really ignore it in the beginning, and if I keep getting it over and over and over from different sources, then I'm supposed to pay attention to it. And so that's when I started doing a deep dive on it.
Yeah.
So other than that, I try and ignore it. I have so many interests that, I'm going all over the place. Politics and religion and economics and business. So I have a lot of interests.
You know what is there?
It's really interesting. Robert told me, look at what's going to happen, Eric.
Oh, God, I hate the what's going to happen ones.
And it's come true. No, I'm just going to tell you this.
Wait till the end of the movie.
Robert predicted what was going to happen with Russia's economy before it did. And he told me, and I would bring it up on here about 6-7 months ago about what would happen with the ruble, what would happen with gold being associated with the ruble. And he's like, watch, it's going to happen. And it has, and it had. And he's like, this is an amazing thing. When we were so-called putting all of these restraints on the Russian economy, he's like, watch what happens. And it's not like he's a soothsayer. No. It's follow the dots. No, because it's all in it, because we don't look at things.
He's interested. He's not in the cabal like the elites. You know what I mean? It's like, it's very interesting.
Far from it.
It's very interesting to me. And everybody's interested in whatever it is they're interested in as far as this goes. I mean, one thing is you can see a pentagram in the middle of Washington, D.C., apparently, in the streets, right?
It's there, and an owl.
It is there.
And an owl? Well, what is that?
Yeah.
And how do you design that back in the 1800s and know what that's all about? And where does that lead to? Again.
It's laid out. It's perfectly laid out. It's a Mason thing.
Okay. Well, maybe, and then somebody needs to explain to the layman like myself what that means and what's the historical significance and what does it mean to us now. And to imagine Donald J. Trump as the returning savior is crazy to a lot of people. But that's kind of what a lot of the conspiracy theorists take under their wing, and they're like, he's our best hope at getting on the other side of this thing. And I hear about Donald Trump all the time. I kind of think DeSantis would be a much better savior if we can get him. So
I'd be wondering about that myself.
Yeah.
About DeSantis, go look at who he represented back when he was representing Florida, what counties and what was going on in those counties and who's in those counties. I mean,
what are you alleging? What are you getting into there, Robert?
I'm not alleging anything. I'm just saying look into that stuff. I mean,
into DeSantis?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this goes a long ways. You know, look into, let me see, I got it here somewhere. River County, Florida.
Look it up, Crystal Cooper. Crystal Cooper's a Mensa. She's our resident Mensa here.
Yes, she is.
Oh, you're not going to find anything.
Yeah.
You got to connect dots. It's not going to jump out.
And remember, Google is kind of a mainstream. It's not going.
There's no more elite than Google.
We've dealt with this before.
Really? You know what?
Google.
When we unleash Elliot Davis on this, it will get done. But until then, we really have to just talk it out.
This is so far above Elliot.
I don't know. Don't put anything over him. Come on, man.
It's so far. Yeah. Oh my God.
Elliot's working on flood stuff.
I can
Eric.
Okay,
Elliot's
fine.
eyes would be shaking like this back and forth, trying to like, what?
We need someone like an Elliot Davis to come and at least be the informant and let us know what's going on. You want to know something? I don't know if I can out his name, but my stepbrother is totally into this stuff. And I'm telling you what, if there's any guy I know that can connect the dots, and at the end of everything he says, you better wake up, brother. That's the scariest part of all this conspiracy stuff to me, Vic, is that at the end of every sentence is, you better wake up and know what's coming. I hate that. It's like we can talk about Bigfoot all day and there's really nothing to worry about. We can talk about UFOs. It's like, oh, that's cute. But like this whole cabal stuff is like, man, you better have 14,000 years of food in a pantry somewhere
but don't be sleeping
and underground.
But Eric, you do realize there's a lot, and not just a little, but there's a lot, and I don't know if Robert knows about this, a lot of information going back when you look at biblical scripture as well, because you say aliens, aliens as fallen angels.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's nothing, and it's nothing to shake your head at. And
I
laugh
don't
about,
shake my head at
because
any of it.
You just said you could throw it off to the side. So
you can have an interesting conversation.
It's
Vic,
a serious topic
right.
as well.
And I mean, like at
that's
a
like the
Starbucks
cabal stuff that you bring
right
up.
at a Starbucks, you can talk about aliens and how interesting it is, and not feel creeped out of your mind when you leave. But this government stuff and the whole,
you would be creeped out of your mind, and maybe we could get into that in the second hour. You creeped out if you understood the history behind aliens and the link with fallen angels.
Well, so is there? So, Peter, do you know anything about a galactic federation?
Robert Peterbaugh.
Oh, sorry.
Robert? A galactic federation?
Mm-hmm.
Galactic like Star Trek?
I've heard of it, yeah. It's
Like
not
the-
something that I...
Like the
know a whole lot
galaxy
about.
has a Federation, all our
You have been
worlds
watching Captain
talk.
James T. Kirk way
Not
too much.
me.
Yeah.
I had a friend bring it up the
Yeah.
other day, and they're like, "What is this about? Like the reason presidents always say they're gonna like tell us about aliens, and then they get in and they don't. It's because they end up meeting with the Galactic Federation, and they're like, you better keep your mouth shut." And I was like, "Wait, hold on, what?"
Hey, before we get to break, Robert, can you stick with us on the other side of 9?
Sure.
Okay, I think our listeners want to hear
I
it.
should try to get my stepbrother on the air with this. He'll freak you out.
Joe Patterson says Washington, Franklin, Pierre, and Infant, who designed the street layout for D.C., were all Masons.
Yep.
Melissa says, you said yep. Oh, we got to talk about the Masons then after this. Try DuckDuckGo. Crystal is from the Facebook line.
Yeah.
Amy says you have to go down the rabbit hole. One thing leads to you, to another, and so on. Roslyn says Robert's key in everything is letting the Spirit of God lead him into all truth. Chuck Simmons wants to talk about giants. Eric, have you studied the history of the giants?
I was going to bring it up. I don't understand it.
All right, we got to get to break. Eric, Chris, Crystal, I'm Vic. We're coming back. Don't go anywhere. Share the show, 100.7 The Viper. It is a free-for-all. See Conspiracy Friday.
Oh!
We're just having some fun, getting ready for the week, and back after this.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute, but we gotta get the fam back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. They've got 3 of the top 5 water coasters in the world. Remember getting soaked on Mammoth and Cheetah Chase? Or screaming down monster roller coasters like Thunderbird and Voyage? Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Conrad Bellman at Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters. Right now, we're buying any pre-owned vehicles. At Bellman Carnection, we will take anything on trade: farm, house, truck, cars, and SUVs. Bring into a Bellman pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or van today. The inventory is always fresh, so hurry in before someone else buys the one you want. Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters at Highway 70 and 370, where you will never pay the max. Online at carnection.com.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need: indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Hey, it's Shanny from Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray. We have reached the first Friday of August. Partly sunny skies, still quite humid, though temperature's not too bad, 88 degrees. There's a chance of 1 or 2 spot storms, but fairly limited. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, any spotty storms out of the picture by about 8 o'clock in the evening. It stays very humid, 73 the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Partly sunny skies, hot and humid. Each day could bring a spot storm, but a lot of dry time. 92 for the high temperature Saturday and again on Sunday. Saturday night, clear skies, but humid, and 75. So pretty quiet weather pattern over the next couple of days, though it does look like it's going to turn unsettled again as we get into next week. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, time to look at your morning headlines. It was a week ago where 17-year-old CBC student Matthew Nicolai was killed in a hit-and-run accident in the 6700 block of Chippewa right across from Ted Drew's. Well, police are still looking for a photo of a truck in question, which is a gray F-150. But now what they're going to do is they're going to make a safe way where you can walk across the street so that nobody gets killed again. It's the second person in the last year who've been killed right outside of Ted Drew's when they've been hit by a moving car. Well, Missouri is making it easier for people to become certified substitute teachers. It's now only requiring 36 credit hours in any subject. What? As opposed to 60 credit hours in teaching. Dr. Melissa Macy, the executive director for the Southwest chapter of Educational Excellence, says they hope that this change is going to encourage more people to think about becoming a sub because Missouri is losing teachers at a fast rate and they don't have any substitute teachers as backups. It's as bad as you can imagine right now, unfortunately. Flooding, we talked a little bit about it to start the show in University City, has caused massive destruction and damage. People can't get help from FEMA. They're having meetings where lines are wrapped around the building. And on top of it all, now orange stickers are being put on homes, condemning the homes that were just great right before the flooding came in. Also going on, where did I lost my track? Oh, where did it go? My page went down. From a sports standpoint, the Cardinals won a doubleheader yesterday. They beat the Cubs. They looked pretty good in both games. Pitching was strong yesterday. That's the key. Cardinals are now tied for first place with the Brewers, who have now lost 4 games in a row. Cardinals have won 4 games in a row as they get set to host a big-time weekend series with the New York Yankees. And if that wasn't good enough, Saturday night, former St. Louis Rams football coach Dick Vermeil goes into the Hall of Fame, of course. The creator of the greatest show on turf and the St. Louis Rams. Let's look at some of your news headlines in sports. I'm Vic Faust.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Say it's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right, I served you cake. I'm Peggy. Pull your leggy. Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go.
It's that time. It's birthdays, August 5th, and it's a Friday. People born on this day are tactful in their methods, and compassionate towards others. When in need, you can count upon these individuals to assist you, as they are genuine and unselfish. Do you guys know who Mark Strong is? You might not know his name.
Not
but
by name.
I think you would find him familiar. Okay, so Merlin in the Kingsman's movies. He's also been in Sherlock Holmes, Cruella, Rock and Rolla. He's an English actor. I think you would.
Oh, with brown
recognize
hair.
him. No, he's bald.
Oh, okay, never mind.
He's 59 years old. A director named James Gunn. You guys would probably know him. He's
Yes.
directed Guardians of the Galaxy
That's right.
movies as well as Suicide Squad. But did you know that he's from St. Louis?
Yes, I did.
He went to SLU High, graduated from SLU.
I did know that.
Yeah, he's 56 today. And then Maureen McCormick is turning 66 today. She achieved popularity playing who? Anybody?
McCormick.
Maureen McCormick.
Wait a minute, was
Red
she?
hair?
No. Was she like one of the
Blonde?
older Golden Girl kind of things?
No, but it would have been a show I thought you might have watched. The
MASH?
Brady Bunch?
Well, of course. you
Okay, Marsha Brady, right? And I was kind of surprised. According to Celebrity Net Worth, because I always like to look this up, even after all of that, she's only worth $4 million. So I don't know what.
Well,
has
you only
happened there.
made like $400 an episode back in '68.
Chump change.
Repeats, though,
Chris
right?
laughs at that.
I thought you made a lot on repeats, but all right. Patrick Ewing, former NBA center, is 60 today. He was drafted first overall in 1985 by the New York Knicks, played 17 years. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2008. He also won us gold medals in 84 and 92 at the Olympic Games. Pat Smear, he's a musician, 63 years old, rhythm guitarist. He's played in rock bands like Nirvana and the Foo Fighters, recorded 6 studio albums with the Foo Fighters, took a little time off, but he's been a full member again since 2010.
He was kind of like the Mark Bolger of rock music, kind of on the bench the whole time, but made a good living doing it.
Yeah, he seems to do well. Neil Armstrong, first person to walk on the moon, would have been 92 today. And did you guys know
Did he really walk on the moon?
prior to his trip
I don't
to
know,
the
ask
moon,
Robert.
did you know he was also NASA's first civilian astronaut to fly in space? Because I didn't know that. And then rapper, bass guitarist, and founding member of the Beastie Boys, Adam, better known as MCA, would have been 58 today.
Kick it!
Yep. So wishing the happiest of birthdays to all of our famous friends and anyone else out there having a birthday today, with lots of love from your Edge family.
Do you know what today is?
August 5th, National Oyster Day.
Oysters. Oysters?
Do you have oysters?
Why are you talking about eating oysters?
We are celebrating National Oyster Day.
You ever had oysters?
This is National Oyster Day.
I like them with butter, garlic, hot sauce, raw, grilled, or fried.
I like oysters, but I don't shop.
Oysters.
Oh, oysters. It's showtime.
Welcome back to the show. It is The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We do what nobody else does. We entertain. We try to get the best guest. We dive into topics that nobody else will. And Chris, there is hope for you. You said you've never had sushi.
Never.
I said I would never eat oysters.
Yes.
And now if I get some fresh oysters,
They're great.
I do like them. I
They're
was
great.
introduced to them.
Great.
And
Sushi's great.
there's a difference
What do you
between
put
East
on an
Coast and
oyster?
West Coast oysters.
Butter.
You get red
You could put some
the
of
red
that
sauce, spice. You get a good oyster, Chris. I'm telling you, it'll grow on you.
Hey, you guys are in the green seats at the Cardinal game tomorrow night. They serve oysters there.
No, yeah, right. Hey, do they serve sushi in the green seats?
I think they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Kid, would you take your first bite on camera?
No.
Please, please, Vic.
Only under one circumstance.
I'll do 5 shots of Patron if you eat
Here we
one.
go.
If you do one sushi roll.
I will do one sushi roll if I can wear a shirt that says "Let's go" and you
No,
wear the
I
other
can't.
shirt
Yeah.
that says "Brandon."
Okay, I will do that as long as you're going to replace my income at Fox 2.
All right.
Just go
all right,
easy.
all right.
Just go easy. Sam Page sucks. How about that?
Oh, my God.
Then we're both ousted, never back in another Cardinals game. Oh, that'll work too good.
But we would be on TV with security escorting us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you only
That's
live
shock
once.
jock radio.
You live
stuff.
on.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a DC Chimes thing, I think.
For sure.
we're more
We're
put together
classier
now.
than
Yeah, we're
that.
classier.
That's right.
We're more Mark Levin here.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Thanks for jumping in. We got Robert Peterbaugh on the line. Robert, thanks for sticking around. You're a very popular guest. I watched some of the topics you were talking about online. There's so many places we could go, and every now and then we like to jump into this. Eric, I couldn't remember. It was Eric or Crystal or both said we needed to do a C Friday, a conspiracy Friday.
Every Friday.
Robert, what do you think we should talk about right now, or where should we go? Because I know your mind is thinking about 100 different things. But
absolutely.
And when
they
you're
all kind
explaining,
of connect.
yeah, where should we start this next hour with? In your opinion,
Man, I mean, why did we change the calendar? Why did we change? Why is the 8th month? You got October is the 7th month, right, or the 10th month? Why is it? Some of these names don't make any sense to me.
what are you talking about?
Well, December could be the 10th month, but December means 12. November is the 11th month, but it means 9. So it's like all these different things.
Yeah, I don't know much about the calendar
like
stuff.
October is the 10th month of the year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What is Okay, let me ask you this: what is
October means 8.
Okay, what is calendar? What is the significance of jacking with a 12-month calendar? Hell, it could be a 24-month calendar as far as it's just the time around the
Or
sun.
13 months.
It's just the time around the sun.
Back in the Roman calendar was
the Roman
13
calendar,
months.
13 months.
Okay, but the Mayan calendar was similar to what we have now. I mean, what is the significance? I guess that's a time thing. See, this is what I'm talking about. How does let's start putting the little teeny snowballs together so that we can figure what the big snowball is all about. That's the conspiracy to me.
They all seem like big snowballs to me.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Because I could see, I don't even know how we kind of adopted the calendar system. I mean, you have to go to a master class just for what the small stuff that Robert's talking about right now to understand the big stuff.
If you went 13-month calendar, I mean, think how easy it would be. Every 5th of the month would be the same day of the week, right? And then the other thing that's coincidental is all the Roman holidays would fall in the same time as the Jewish holidays. So why did they change it to kind of confuse that?
That's an interesting point.
That's like one of those things. It's a who cares. And when it comes to conspiracy, it's not yet. It might be the biggest thing in our conspiracy world, but for right now, it's kind of like the least of our worries.
I've got a question
You know what I'm
for
saying?
Robert then.
Go ahead.
Okay, well then why the frequencies? Why do we have the frequencies that we do when we know that celestial and higher is 432 hertz? Why do we have?
Well,
in our
that's
houses
debatable
60
now.
hertz?
573 is the new thing I heard. So it's a higher frequency. Anyway, you're right. And what does frequency have to do with anything?
Go ahead and answer that. Go ahead, Robert.
Well, frequency has to do with your health.
It does. And one thing you need to, I'm going to throw this one in on you for frequency conspiracy Friday, guys. We are starting to see with this new telescope more and more and more radio waves. Well, what is a radio wave, Vic? It's a frequency. So anything you were hearing back in the day of 400 and whatever, the vibration of an A is now you're like, well, didn't understand what it meant back then. But now you're seeing radio waves in the universe how the hell did that get there? It's kind of like if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? Well, apparently it does because these are frequencies that are coming from the universe, right? Shouldn't make any noise. The universe shouldn't make any damn noise.
No, but you talk about space and outer space, and Robert, we kind of led the show off when you came in. Whether we believe whether we went to the moon or not, you say there's evidence to show that we didn't. A question with what I just said attached to that: have you heard of NASA standing for anything else and or not being what they claim to be?
I have heard that. Now, whether I can remember it or not, NASA's Hebrew for something. It doesn't come to me right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, NASA
I try not to remember everything because you'll go crazy.
Right. But also, you'll go crazy if you believe things. Like NASA, let's go to there. Robert's right. You can literally swing a dead cat on all these conspiracy theories and hit something. There is.
Well, you know what's interesting about NASA is all the logos of all the space.
Oh, now we haven't gotten to the logos.
Agencies around the world all have a serpent tongue in them, in their logos. Why is that? Every single one of them.
Okay, let's get to the stuff that we can actually nail down a little bit. There are videos that were produced by a very successful director back in the 60s of a moon landing. Like they were making a movie. That is right. That's undisputed, Vic. Now, why were they doing that? Well, the theory is that they can't actually transmit the signal from the moon to the earth, so they were going to supplement it with this footage, correct? Now, they didn't tell you that back in 1969.
No, and one of the directors who said his greatest accomplishment ever, his name was Stanley Kubrick.
Exactly.
Had something to do with this, but he wouldn't come totally out and say it. He just said it had to be so remarkably unbelievable that people would believe it. And he said that how he was able to accomplish this, he didn't even know if he could. It's amazing.
Well, correct. But does that mean we didn't go to the moon?
Well, to get to the moon,
why haven't we gone
you have
back?
to go through the Van Elm asteroid belt.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the radiation?
Oh boy, here we go.
Does that disprove the firmament in the Bible? Does that? I mean, why now you got Antarctica? Why Antarctica? Why is it defended by 15 countries? No one can go there.
That's the biggest point.
The bird plane. I mean, you can go on.
Wait a minute.
On and on.
See, Robert, you're just slamming. It's like you're running through a cornfield, and it's like every single one of the corn stalks is a different thing. You just smashed through half the corn.
But that's what is going on here.
But that all has to do with did we get to the moon?
And it all starts with the moon. And why haven't we gone back? And I watched an interview with a man.
To China. They're on the dark side of the moon right now.
I watched an interview. This is important.
They say.
Yeah, so they say. I watched an interview with a former engineer with NASA who said, he was asked, well, why haven't we gone back to the moon if this was such an accomplishment? Why are we shooting for Mars but not the moon anymore?
Yeah.
Just once? And nobody else has gone to the moon?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we threw away all that technology.
Do you remember?
Why would...
No, we didn't. Did we throw it away?
No, listen.
Seems like it's coming to fruition.
No, listen there, Eric. Let me finish. Why would you throw away all the, quote, technology on how to get to the moon? He's like, yeah, we just threw it away. We stopped it. We didn't want to go back. Really? Why?
Because there's nothing there?
I've learned over the past 24 years as a reporter, have your radar go up when you hear something, and I do it every day, and I'm taking care of it in a nice way to do this job. When I heard that, it blew my freaking mind, and I guarantee Robert has heard something of that nature.
Mm.
Absolutely, I have. And why did they just ban NASA altogether? Why are we going through Elon Musk to go get into the atmosphere? It doesn't make any sense to me.
That is true, but you can make the argument. I'm going to play devil's advocate for the rest of the show. I think you can make the argument.
You always do.
You
always do.
I know. You could make the argument. It's like, okay, we're not going to put anything into Moon's orbit because there's nothing there. But that's when the space shuttle program took off, and it's like there's all kinds of reasons to put satellites around the world, the flat world. Oh, I'm sorry, it's round. So that's how a satellite works. So that's
say that again. It's round because that's how satellites work.
Exactly. You don't have satellites just putzing through space without the gravitational.
Are satellites in orbit, or are they attached to a helium balloon?
Now you went too far. Now you went to the end of the jump.
You mean too far? Too far for you to comprehend, Eric?
Because if you're a jetliner, you're going to run into one of the strings one day. One of the satellite strings.
Feet?
Not that high in the air.
Oh, come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Think about it, Eric.
Come on, guys. Now there's a possibility in Conspiracy Friday.
You wanted this,
I know,
Eric.
But
it's here.
I want my mind to be blown to where you have to take the facts that are on the table. We're in space. Come on, the ISS is up there. Things fall from the space station all the time and burn up in our atmosphere. Those aren't hot air balloons.
Sure.
And number two, you can make a case of why we're not going back to the moon real easy because it's far more profitable to be going around. Notice how I said not across, but around the Earth, right? So that makes it a round planet. So you can. It's almost more fun, guys. Listen to me. To dispel the conspiracy theory than to prove the conspiracy
theory. But how do you dispel it?
Absolutely.
We just did.
It is easier to disprove
We
because
just did.
Everything that's published supports the non-conspiracy.
Okay, Eric, I have to ask you a question.
Okay. Yes,
Robert.
go ahead.
Robert, Eric thinks he has dispelled 100% flat Earth claims. Do you
think so.
Okay, hold on a sec. Do you agree with that?
You know, I went down that for maybe 3 or 4 years. I understand what people are saying about it. Does it change my life? Does it matter that much? So I just banned it because people can't. You know, there's other things to talk about. I actually talked to a guy. I got his book here. It's called Falling Flat. His name's Dr. Danny Faulkner. I have his book, and he dispelled all the same things that Eric is alleging, and I dialogued with him at a conference at the Ark in Kentucky, and I was not satisfied with his answers.
Okay, so quick question. I've been just like listening and trying to take this all in, to be honest. But so when Bezos just went up and he had all those people, they had videos and stuff. Like I watched that.
Yeah.
The Earth looked pretty round to me.
It sure does.
So
Yeah.
are people trying to say that that's been done?
Well,
in a studio as well?
Guys, it's really important to be, if you're going to be part of the conspiratorial club, that it's okay to say certain things we check off the board that are just not true. It is totally fine because there's little parts of the board that say Bigfoot on it. Mm-hmm. And when we find one and we can say document it, then we can put a check mark in the Bigfoot thing. But until then, there's no check mark in there. But going to space, Vic, what are you're waving me off?
I'm laughing at you.
Why are you waving me
No,
off?
not disrespectfully. It's like I'm listening going.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chupacabras. I've never seen a chupacabra. Have you seen a chupacabra?
Never.
I would not mind having a chupacabra. But you can't because we can't find them. They're good stories. That's what I'm saying here. I love Conspiracy Friday because it gives us a chance to go, damn, that is dead on accurate. Mm-hmm. That's dead on accurate. Why is it that TikTok is getting closer to the truth on all this crud than anything else? Because you know why? Because our video cameras on our phone can actually pick things up now.
Well, it's because China's in charge of it, Eric.
So they're the ones putting conspiracy
Look at his face.
Damn it.
It was like dead air.
Your face just dropped.
Did you ever watch Back to the Future? Did you ever
100 million
watch?
times.
Remember when Marty went back in time, like to the 50s, and he's trying to tell the doctor about what was going to happen in like the 1980s? Ronald Reagan's going to be Ronald Reagan's the president, and then the doctor goes, "Is the actor with the monkey?" That's kind of what it's like. It might be true, but it sounds so crazy that our brains cannot, formulate an answer to it. And that's all I'm saying. So what I'm saying is this: let's be cool to dispel some of the conspiracies, but let's really embrace the ones that we're I'll tell you what, the monetary system, that is a good one because it looks like we're in the process right now of completely decimating the U.S. dollar. Well, what does that mean? Robert can go on for 20 minutes, I'm sure, on what that means. What does it mean that the elites, you can go on and on. The rappers that we were just talking about, the rappers
That was rappers we were talking about off radio.
Off radio.
Just in case people thought they missed something.
So you can see some very odd interviews with some very prominent people that make you go, I wonder what that's
I've
about.
got a great one for Post Malone we may need to listen to after the break.
Okay,
too.
fantastic. That's fair. But you see what I'm saying? There are things out there that maybe make us go, damn, there is something to that, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Robert hasn't even gotten, he talked about Kabul. He hasn't even broken into to the Illuminati.
That's another one.
Which is probably the biggest topic of all.
Okay, let's all agree that the earth is round. Ready? On three. 1, 2, 3. High five.
Yeah.
I'm following Robert, and
I
until
reserve judgment.
Damn, Robert!
Come
on, man.
You were talking to Chris. We didn't even hear him.
Well,
How are other planets all round and ours isn't?
It's not disproved in my mind, but it doesn't really matter to me, really.
It does. It has to. Because if one is...
Why?
Because if you can disprove one, then you have to have the opportunity to disprove all of them, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Deductive reasoning, right?
All of what? I mean,
if your
to just
brain
call
can
flat Earth-
if your brain can shut one down that you've been programmed to believe, then your brain will have the opportunity of shutting all of them down. But listen to me. That's how you get to the final nut.
Yeah.
Right?
You're not.
That's
right?
the goal.
That's
the goal.
Eric's final nut. Thanks, Eric.
There's things that matter. Even
We're
if it
all
is
now dumber
conspiracy
for
that
what we
matter, and
just.
there's things that could be conspiracy that don't matter. So if
That's
they
I'm
don't
done with
matter,
this.
why even worry
I'm
about
done
it?
with this. Back to COVID.
Do we, Robert? How much time do you have?
Yes.
Can you stick with us again?
Wait,
We
you
got to
brought
take a
up
break.
the Illuminati.
Now you got to go to the
After the
damn
break.
Illuminati.
No,
now you
after-
got to go to the Illuminati, Vic. Good
Robert,
job.
can we touch upon that to educate people as if we're children that we don't understand anything on that when we come back?
Well, Illuminati is a deep subject. I mean,
That
it
you don't
really
know nothing
is,
about. Right.
A lot of things, and
Well, can we stay with us after the break?
sure, go.
We got to take a break.
Illuminati.
We'll take
Come on, guys.
We'll come right back. You brought it up.
I know.
Earlier, then I just
Sounds like a
repeated it.
really fancy car to me. The Illuminati coming this fall.
Do you believe it or not?
Do I believe it? Look. Every time I hear about a Masons meeting down in St. Charles, they're always having like coffee and beer and
We'll
talking
talk
about their
those
wives.
two subjects when we come back. You're listening to
What
the ad.
degree Masons, though?
I don't know.
Eric, I knew this was going to blow Eric's mind. He's going to go in a corner for the rest of the weekend and just sit there and look at the wall.
Yes, sucking my thumb.
What degree? Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. See,
Eric-
you know something. Look at the way you're looking at me.
I don't know.
You know things.
Eric Johnson.
You're like a
Chris
Knights of
Knight.
Columbus, I'll bet.
Oh, my God.
You know you are.
Eric Johnson.
You didn't
Chris
shake that
Knight,
one off.
Crystal
Come on.
Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Back with more of this Conspiracy Friday. Free for All Friday. Right after this, jump in on Facebook. Share the show, 100.7 The Viper. If you know anybody that needs to listen, let them know. Jump on in. You can also catch us at viperrocks.com. If somebody had a question, feel free to give us a call, 636-695-2915. Back with more right after this.
The Edge Morning Show is coming right back.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Things are a bit tight lately. That's why I love Kohl's. I went back to school shopping and got kids' clothes for under $6, sneakers for less than $20, and an extra 20% off already great deals, like 25% off backpacks. And get this, you can save more with a Kohl's card and earn Kohl's Cash. Talk about more style and more savings. Select styles, 20% off ends July 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's account for details.
From runny noses to running injuries to x-rays and labs, the BJC Medical Group Convenient Care in Wentzville is ready to help. Located at 1520 Wentzville Parkway, the Convenient Care is open throughout the day with BJC providers on hand to care for all patients 2 and older. With low co-pays and walk-ins welcome, it's your best medicine when you need it. To learn more about the BJC Medical Group Convenient Care in Wentzville, visit bjc.org/Wentzville.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
All right, where are we going for breakfast?
I kind of want a breakfast quesadilla.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing quesadillas for breakfast these days.
Well, Taco Bell is.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, they have this Bell breakfast box now that comes with this breakfast quesadilla that's super cheesy and a hash brown.
Okay, I wish I knew about this earlier.
And it has Cinnabon Delights and a coffee in it.
Why did I not know about this earlier?
Try the new $5 Bell breakfast box, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations during breakfast hours only, 7 to 11 a.m. for a limited time. Contact local store for prices and participation with fare. Tax extra. Drinks exclude freezes.
You worked from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Shop in one place, O'Fallon Overhead Doors, for your residential and commercial garage doors and gates. As a locally owned, family-operated business, O'Fallon Overhead Doors provides 5-star service. Their technicians are not paid on commission, so they won't sell you something you don't need. Looking for a new door, a repair, or yearly maintenance? Call O'Fallon Overhead Doors on Continental Drive in Wentzville, 272-2722. Showroom open weekdays 8 till 4:30. Free estimates on new doors. Visit O'FallonOverheadDoors.com.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. Fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Today's gone by fast, that's for sure. Conspiracy Friday. Eric Johnson. I told him to look for certain things on a dollar bill. He pulled out a 20. He's looking.
Yeah, he's
that's
like,
awesome.
I got a $20 bill.
I got it. Chris has hundreds. Chris Knight's here. Crystal Cooper on Big Faust of Fox 2. Before we get back in, talking
Vic
with
has
Robert.
50s.
Yeah. Robert
got a
did
50?
say. No, I need some 50s. Hey, Robert did say on the Facebook line, Eric, if the curvature of the earth, and we won't continue flat earth stuff.
We figured.
Did
That's
you read
done.
it?
That's done.
If the curvature of the earth is what is claimed, Eric, how can you see a city over 25 miles away that should be beneath the curve because it's just math?
Because the curvature doesn't extend that far. Remember this. I'm an
I know.
aviation guy.
Exactly.
I've been to altitude.
Which is why
I've seen how the planet works. I understand how to navigate.
And you see curvature?
No, yes, you do. When you get to a certain altitude,
hell yeah.
you do. You do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the human
I'm not
eye
fine.
can also see a candle at 50 miles away if it's dark enough. The human eye has that ability. You're not going to see curvature. It's not like looking over a mountain.
Right.
The planet Earth.
Yeah.
It's a little bit larger than that.
Eric and Robert. Robert, you fine? You ready to move on?
I'm ready.
Come on, man. Amp it. It's
I'm
a
ready.
Friday, Robert.
Hey,
Amp it up a little bit.
Robert, you've sent me things in the past with so-called Illuminati, with so-called Freemasonry. What have you seen? What have you studied that people should just educate themselves on with those topics?
Well, I mean, it's a long, deep dive. I mean, it starts with, Albert Pike and
Okay,
Adam
wait.
Westhoff and
Yeah.
the 100-year plan to enslave the world. I mean, there's all kind of things that are out there that you can read and how they're doing it. And if you look at it, we're right on the timeline. Wars and prosperity I've heard it described like this. It's like electricity. Make a circuit. You can enslave people by putting resistors and capacitors in their way, and eventually everyone's dependent.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting way of looking at things using electricity back to Tesla stuff.
Back to Tesla stuff. But
Yeah.
see, you just went so. It's like trying to explain a.
Nothing's ever going to be easy, though, Eric.
It's hard to explain, and once you say one thing, people turn off usually. Usually I don't talk about any of this stuff.
Which is why that's why I never talk about it. But that's why, hey, Eric went Free for All Friday. I was glad you were willing to come in, and that's why we tried to set it up.
Now, let me ask you this. Are you freaked out a little bit? You talk about this eye of the Illuminati. You hear I talk like that, Crystal, when I talk about the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Are you freaked out a little bit that you want to talk about those logos real fast, Vic? Or can we even do that? Or
Robert
that's
sent
a no-go?
us.
That's a no-go.
No,
Okay,
Robert sent
fine.
us logos. Can you explain some of those logos again that people may not be knowing that are out there in everyday life?
Oh, there's more than those logos. I mean, most of the Fortune 500 logos are all in some way goes back to, different culture. I didn't even put on here, but one of them is Starbucks.
Okay, yeah, you're right about Starbucks. Let me go over them real fast. So Robert sent us some logos. Facebook is actually a very light comparison to the Masonic tubal cane, whatever that is. The Gmail is the Masonic Royal Rich Apron, the envelope we all know of. The Apple, the App Store and the Android store is the Freemason symbol. It really is, actually, now that you look at it. Google Chrome is Divine King sign with the 666 symbol. That seems to be bad, right?
Wasn't Monster Energy drinks? They had a thing too on their can, I thought.
I don't know about that, but these are all Google symbols that are on here. Google GPS is the Eye of Providence. That's something that's always looking at you. Guess what? We do a show here on the Viper. We are on terrestrial radio, but a lot of our show is on Facebook, and we're talking about this stuff on Facebook. Are you ever afraid that these guys are data mining everything that you say so maybe they can use it against you in the future? Or they know exactly who you are. Or if they go, hey, Mr. Faust or Chris or Crystal Cooper, let's go to your digital record. Oh, look, you're a conspiracy theorist or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they have a good idea who you are. That's creepy. I'm sorry, that goes beyond black helicopters. That's way past black helicopters.
Speaking of creepy,
Yeah.
we might turn here. This are we going to show the video too? This is Post Malone video. Eric brought up rappers talking about having to sell your soul for success, and Post Malone, one of the most successful entertainers in the last 15 years, super successful, put out this video. I love it when rappers get real because it's like it's all out there. Listen to what Post Malone's saying about things coming in the future.
The biggest lie is the U.S. government. It's not what it used to be. It used to be so sick and about the people and about freedom and all that shit, but now it's just bullshit. Now it's a fucking reality show, and I think there's gonna be a lot of weird shit that happens within our lifetime and within our generation that really changes the way of the world. So move somewhere, because whenever martial law is declared, you have fucking where the credit cards fail. Whenever your cards fail, whenever your bank fail, and you can't use your fucking card anymore, you have 3 days to get out of where you are, because that's
3 days.
That's the big move. That's checkmate right there. And they have you. But move out to the country, get your scraps, stand up for yourself, build a tower, build a long road to where you can see them coming.
I feel like I'm in a horror movie.
Wow.
Like that we're the beginning, like we're playing this part of this little radio show in St. Charles, and we're trying to figure all this stuff out, and that we'll be the saviors of all of this stuff because we're the communication central of all of this stuff that's going on. This is the only stuff that freaks me out, really. If aliens landed right there in that parking lot, I'd be like, oh, damn, aliens. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've been on tour with enough big rock stars that I'm not starstruck by that kind of stuff
Until
anymore.
the aliens take over.
Yeah, and then if Bigfoot
if aliens are landing, they're not just going to go, hey, how you doing?
Hey, oh my God, look at
We'll be
alien.
at the PRL show tonight.
Yeah, whatever. I've seen aliens before. Hey, we'll get them set up at the Bottleneck. If little chupacabras were running around this place, like, oh damn, look, chupacabras, they're cute. The government stuff is really what freaks me out. It does freak me out because, like Vic said, these guys that are in high level positions that are finally starting to come out and say stuff, man, it makes you wonder. It really does make you wonder what is out there and what do they know, and.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's been kind of doing that.
Yeah, Jim Carrey has been doing that.
You can catch him.
Beyonce and who was the other guy? Kanye West has been doing it a lot.
Yeah,
talking about the other side, what he knows.
Well, and you get put in your place really fast.
I think that a part of the Illuminati and whatever might be happening, look at people like us as like these confused minions, and they're like, yeah, let them go. They don't know crap.
I agree with Joe Patterson, though. Post Malone is like the last guy that I would.
But it's not just Post. They've got nothing to lose, which is I mean, they've got everything to lose. They've got so much, and it's the rappers. It's all the rappers are the guys who are they're real and raw, and it's in your face, but not afraid. Yeah. Like a street mentality to go out and say what the hell needs to be said. But
Have you seen the video of Miley Cyrus after one of her concerts talking to a 13-year-old girl about how they can be famous?
No. Now, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. This is good stuff because it's on video.
Tell us, Robert. It says, worship Satan, you get whatever you want.
Wait a minute, what? Say it one more time slow.
Worship Satan, you'll get whatever you want. That's what she told one of her groupies.
Dead air.
I know, I never heard that.
Dead air. Are you sure it wasn't manipulated? They do that on TikToks.
Oh, it wasn't TikTok. I saw this many years ago.
It does explain
That's
a
the
lot.
other thing that goes on. Once you see something, then you go back to find it. Sometimes it's gone.
Okay, let's go 30,000 foot here. Conspiracy theory. Who runs the world? Hollywood, messaging, the media, propaganda, world governments, United States, Europe, China, Russia. What are they doing? They are putting a conflict together of some sort. You could make a case that that is the 30,000 foot that you start at right there. That you start at who owns the information and who owns the money, right? All the rest is just fodder. Start firing away. That is kind of what we're talking about here. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're all going to leave the studio, and we're going to have a fantastic weekend, and there's no reason to be afraid. Vic, I'm coming over to your house. Have a guest
Talk about
bedroom.
money real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is a very important topic. Thank you, Robert.
If you had, let's say you had a whole economy of 5 farmers.
Okay.
You know it's inefficient to not have money involved with the transactions between the farmers.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, it used to be a bartering system where, you know, you trade milk for, you know, someone painting your barn or whatever. So what ended up happening to make it more efficient, because being more efficient is logical, so you bring in a banker.
Yeah.
But in order to create money, you have to have borrowing. So each one of the farmers have to borrow, say, $1,000. So in the whole economy, you have $5,000, and the banker gives out the money, and now they can freely exchange. Now, the banker's not going to do this for nothing.
Right.
He wants his cut, 10% interest.
Okay.
So at the end of the first year, the 5 farmers collectively would owe $5,500 to the economy that only has $5,000. How does that work?
Wait a minute.
Okay, but when you have
Dude, that
hundreds
was
of
so
millions of
good.
people,
That was so good. I'm gonna save the tape. I'm gonna go listen to that about 100 times a day. It does.
In reality, what ends up happening is no one pays it all off. They pay their 10%, so now there's $4,500 each farmer has, and the bank's got their money. It keeps going on until eventually 4 farmers got to pick on the 5th. At the end of the day, you keep going through it, the bank owns everything. So my contention is now there's more interest owed in the world than there's money. And that's what the problem is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The debt. And
It started at the gold window in the 70s, and then when Bill Clinton did his public projects where they didn't even care if people even paid. They just needed a way to use the Mandrake mechanism of banking to create money out of thin air. They don't care. If you lose 10%, but you make 90, no one cares. And we've been in 2000 with the World Trade Center. All these different shocks are just ways to print money. That's what wars are, all that stuff.
It's true.
So if you think about where's this money coming from, at the end of the day, it collapses. There's no way a fiat currency can work. And that's why most of the major religions of the world always said usury was against their religion because the charging of interest, it doesn't work.
Somewhere in a office in Silicon Valley, there's a red light going off, and Zuckerberg is being brought in.
I think they fly drones over my place here now.
Hey, Robert, we appreciate you joining us today. I mean, seriously, thank you.
Thank
You
you.
stayed on for a long time. People can jump in. It's entertainment value, but also at the same point in time, things to think about, And
well, I learned that one probably 25 years ago.
So when does this all happen? When
Called the debt virus.
When does in your opinion, what is the critical mass to where it all just collapses on itself? Is it 2050, 2070, next year? When do you see the
emperor's clothes? As soon as people see that it's already collapsed, but they won't admit it. Kind of like conspiracy theories. When more people see it, that's when it'll collapse.
Okay,
my opinion.
Robert's a business owner.
Is it normalizing? You think like crime? Is it eventually the next generation just looks at crime as kind of it is what it is because we've seen it so much? Is that you think that's how they do it?
The reason why I'm not really focusing on these conspiracy theories as much is because I've been deep diving on the Revelation and the Bereshit prophecy and all that. I think the Bible is alive. I think it's real, and I don't think there's a whole lot of time. So I'm not focusing my energy to 5 to 10 years down the road because I think we may not be here.
The good news for what you just said is people have been thinking that way for hundreds of years.
But we didn't have the technology to pull it off.
Yeah, and well, you're right.
Now we do.
What we should never do this.
Well, I mean, the chip is the last straw because if you've been vaxxed, and even some of the environmental stuff, you've got graphene oxide in you. Some of the waters have graphene oxide in it, and once 5G comes up to a certain frequency, it'll be a self-assembling antenna where the chip will control, and you'll be interfacing with the internet.
So this Saturday night, Platinum Rock Legends will be at the bottleneck if you want to decompress and have a beer.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I'm serious.
Wow.
There are things. Think about it. One thing connects to the next, to the next, to the next, and it's
and I'm looking for people to help, disprove or prove. I got lots of people who I interact with who are on similar pages as I am, but they won't talk about it. I usually don't talk about it.
Yeah.
I can't even talk about it with my wife most of the time.
The problem is it's really easy for someone who doesn't know what you're talking about to go, oh, you're nuts. That's been the problem with all conspiracy
that's human
theories.
nature.
Right.
That's the disadvantage of 40 years.
It's like
I've been shocked
religion.
too many times. That doesn't shock me no more.
It's like religion. It's like religion, Crystal Cooper. You go into a thing where it is beautiful and it's the enlightenment of your soul, but you can't see it. You have to have faith. You have to have faith that what you're hearing is accurate.
Robert,
and people don't have faith.
Guys, here's the best part. Todd says, "Hey guys, so I'm at Love's, the truck stop. I have my phone on, like so people can hear it. He's like, people are looking at me like I'm crazy.
You are crazy.
Oh, hello, everybody at Lowe's.
You're nuts.
That is awesome.
My brain is like,
mine is too.
Oh, it's fried. I'm gonna leave here and not talk for like 2 hours. I'm just gonna think about everything.
Don't be afraid to dispel conspiracies. That's the take home from today. Just make
I agree with that.
That's all. Just get rid of all the garbage, and then boom, what you're left with is the truth. Vic Faust.
I'm amazed how many things I disregarded and had to go back to it because I found out it was true.
Elliot Davis, we need you.
An example would be the helium balloons.
It's
You
not.
gotta look into that.
It's not real. There's too much air traffic up there. The helium balloons would no.
It's way above all that traffic.
There's no way a helium balloon can
How do they control
physically
them?
stay that high for that
Go look
long.
at the video.
Right.
They launch them out of Norway. Go in the winter.
Out of Norway?
Go look
Come
at 'em.
on.
Go look
Eric,
and
just
see.
do it. Eric, prove him wrong. That's it.
You're right, Vic.
Just go
You're
prove
right.
him wrong. He
You're
said
right.
go study and then prove him wrong.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
All
It's-
those balloons are silvery, so if you looked at it in the sky, you wouldn't see it.
So how? Never mind. It's Friday.
Ask the damn question.
It's Friday.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
We got
Eric,
5
I
minutes
put the Donald
left.
Trump out there for you. I thought that would be the most shocking
Look,
of anything. And it
look.
didn't seem
Let
to
me.
be
Can
that
I be
shocking.
honest with you about the Trump stuff? Let me be honest with you about the Trump stuff.
Yeah.
It made a lot of sense to me, that QAnon stuff. And I'm not a QAnon conspiracy theorist, but when you watch the videos prior to the election, or whatever it was, you go, Pizzagate, Hillary, this and the other, and the cabal. And you were like, this makes sense. And guess what happened? Nothing.
Yeah,
Joe
but
Biden
you gotta
got
remember,
Joe
you
got
gotta
Joe
remember the wheat and the tares.
Joe Biden
And
got
all
put on
things
his
have to be revealed.
yeah,
well-
Joe Biden put him on in his wheelchair and they wheeled him right into the damn White
but
House.
You don't. But you want it all to be taken care of, and that's
No.
not how life goes, Eric.
That's not what I'm
We
saying
don't
at
get
all.
the package. There will be a day of reckoning.
I am really
That day is
Eric,
not today.
I am really
Eric.
okay. Hold on. I'm really okay with being a Monday morning quarterback.
I want to show
I am.
I want to show you something, Eric.
No, I can't take it. It better.
He is right about the balloons.
So there. Yes,
Here's
there-
one right
Okay.
now
All
that's
right.
over the West Coast.
Yeah.
Look at the altitude.
This is awesome.
How high?
Yeah, repeat the altitude
high?
height there.
70,000 feet.
That's
Yeah,
nothing.
the ones I'm talking about are way higher. Than
Oh, yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, but
70,000 feet. You could see that from a 747.
That's a bad thunderstorm.
No, you are not going to see 70,000 feet from the ground.
They're at 50. You could see 20,000 feet above that. But anyway, it's to me. No, come on. What the hell are they
From the
firing?
Cessna you're flying, you are
Shut
not
up.
seeing 70,000.
Okay, well maybe from the Cessna, no. But here's the deal. What are they launching out of Cape Canaveral? What is Elon Musk launching? What is China launching? What was Sputnik? It was a thing. Remember the dog flying around or the monkey around the come on. Why wouldn't they? Man, now you're looking at me weird again.
Like, are these satellite pictures that we're getting back from this telescope fake?
Robert, go ahead.
Well, look at the if you notice when they do those launches for satellites through rockets.
Yes.
That's when they also launch them through the Norway. So
Come on now, people.
they all splash down. I mean, how do you prove it one way or the other?
Elvis is really dead. So is Michael
well,
Jackson.
Go look at who's the biggest user of helium in the planet.
The
And
guys
why?
the guys
if,
that
if
do
it's not for
cartoon
helium balloons
voices.
like I'm talking about, what do they use it for?
Who's
Not
the
happy
biggest
birthday
user?
balloons
I'm
at
sorry,
the-
Eric
at
was.
the edge.
Who's the biggest user?
United States is the biggest user of helium in the world.
Okay, well we use a lot of stuff. We're a consumable country.
Why do we use so much helium?
For those balloons.
No.
That's something to think about.
No.
I wish my computer would work. You know, before this
How
last
come your
break,
Oh.
this last break, I came back to my computer and it was all blue and it said that something had been detected and it was shutting my computer down. And it has-
Even better for
it has not
a
come
conspiracy
back.
Friday.
Now you're breaking our computers, Robert.
Hey, I think it's Clear Channel.
Yeah. Well, Robert,
Could
thanks
be.
hey, Robert, seriously. It's a conspiracy Friday. We set it up. I mean, your opinion, your knowledge, your studies. Some people love
Just where
conspiracy
I'm at
Friday.
now. I can change my opinion on a dime.
What
Yeah.
if the
Some
Edge,
people love this. Some people hate it. It's
no,
radio.
no. Listen to me. What if the Edge was the one that finally broke the code for all this stuff? And we do this every Friday. We do it every Friday until we figure it out. And the Illuminati invites us over for dinner. And they said, you nailed
They'd
it.
have you for dinner.
It would be like, Will. and the. Yeah.
That is the line of the day.
And they introduced us to the reptilians.
Oh my God! And next time we'll talk about
Your
fallen
blood isn't
angels
young
and
enough.
giants.
Yeah. And the Giants welcomed us into the rec room where we played ping pong.
No, my God. Seriously, hey, Robert, have an awesome weekend. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you.
Yes. Robert, you
Bye,
rock.
everyone. Bye, Crystal, Eric, Chris.
You did very
All right.
good.
Very good. Have a great weekend, man.
Did very
Thank
good
you.
at confusing the hell out of me.
They'd have you for dinner.
That was good. That was good.
That was gold.
Sure was. We got that recorded, too.
All right, I've got two other guys that we got to bring on. Two other guys that will. I won't even be in the studio. I won't be able to take it. But I got two other guys.
We need to
that
have we need to have a panel. If we could have a couple of them.
Scotty Gherkin, who has done it before from Mesh STL, and my stepbrother. Boom.
We got to take a break.
Those two guys together, we could solve all the problems on the planet.
Oh my God. And Robert.
And Robert. And Robert. Yes.
We'll be back with more right after this.
The Morning Edge. 100.7 The Viper.
Do you want to work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? Belief Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for post-harvest technicians and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay of $15 per hour. If you're 21 or older and ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beliefmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
The Troy Area Chamber of Commerce presents the 17th Annual Memories on Main Car Show in Troy, Saturday, August 6th. Rain or shine, Main Street in Troy will come alive with great cars, music, food, and much more. Registration runs from 8 a.m. until noon and awards at 3 p.m. Dash plaque for the first 200 registrations. For more information and registration, call 462-8769. That's 462-TROY. Visit TroyOnTheMove.com or like the Troy Chamber on Facebook. The 17th Annual Memories on Main Street Car Show in Troy, Saturday, August 6th.
Hi, it's Julie again with Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville, Missouri, located at the intersection of Wilmer Road and Interstate Drive. We offer on-site security and 24/7 access. We are proud to have served as your one-stop shop for all your moving and storage needs since 1984. Right now, we are offering $25 off moving or a free month storage for new customers. For more information, visit us at bensmovingandStorage.com, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook for future storage sales. Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with Premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with Premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
This year, Progress West Hospital celebrates 15 years of caring. A member of BJC Healthcare, Progress West Hospital has had the privilege of serving the St. Charles County community since 2007, proudly delivering more than 9,800 babies, treating more than 330,000 emergency patients, and performing more than 36,000 surgeries. Thank you for entrusting Progress West Hospital, your best medicine close to home, for 15 years. To learn more about Progress West Hospital, visit progresswest.org.
The Midwest Premier Craft Show is coming, a St. Charles tradition. The Festival of the Little Hills, August 19th through the 21st in St. Charles, all along Main Street and in Frontier Park, with more than 300 arts and crafts vendors, amazing eats, entertainment, Lewis and Clark Keelboat, and a children's area. There's live music on the main stage with Queens Boulevard, Trixie Delight, Platinum Rock Legends, and much more, with free shuttles from 4 locations to the festival ground. Visit festivalofthelittleHills.com for maps, vendors, and entertainment schedules. That's festivalofthelittleHills.com. Jay's RV in Warrenton does factory and extended warranty repairs on all models and is the only mobile RV repair company in the area. Now is the time to get your RV checked out at Jay's RV in Warrenton for service or bodywork on any brand. Jay's RV will get you ready for a problem-free season. Sales and service the way it should be. Jay's RV. Online at jaysrvrepair.com. That's jaysrvrepair.com.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey, guys, have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us on The Edge.
Yeah.
We can't wait to come back for Monday. Eric says he's going to do Conspiracy Monday now. No.
You know what? The answers
Crystal's
for all
also
of this.
having a coming to Jesus moment, so to speak, as well.
It's just this is all a lot, you know. But I just want to say a quick thank you to Pam. She was so sweet on the Facebook line. She said, I got to be pretty obsessed with this show, and this is the reason why. So
Well,
thanks, Pam, for listening. And
Here's the
everybody.
deal. Jeff Nichols says, what's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? Currently about 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good one, too.
And
That's a
Jay,
good one.
and to balance it out, Jay Saunders said he just thinks Conspiracy Theory Friday is a waste of time.
I have to agree with that a little bit. But I'll tell you what, if you want to know all the answers to what we talked about today, just go to TikTok. They're all there.
Right.
Oh, God.
Or
Man.
DuckDuckGo,
Eric's
not Google.
education comes from Reels these days. He's getting a degree in Reels.
That's all right. That's all
Eric
right.
Johnson, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper. I'm Vic Faust, the Fox 2. I am too tired. I have no idea what I'm going to wear tonight.
It's got to be red. It's got to be red.
I'll wear red. I'll wear red.
Ain't Yankee
Cardinals
blue.
kicking off a series with the Yankees.
Don't forget to look for Vic and Chris
Yes, tomorrow night.
at the game.
Tomorrow night, I want pictures sent to this show of Chris and Vic at the game.
Oh, we're going to have a good time.
Woo! Chris gonna eat some sushi.
The Earth's round. On Fox News. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to everybody Monday morning.
Bye.